Tapos nung pag-develop ng technology na yun, may sense, hindi lang kasi gusto mo lang, dahil kasi may passion ka sa technology at gusto mong gamitin yun for the benefit of the country.
I think that MISA is still relevant to STC because what are we pushing? IM, information management. What are one of its components? IT, and IT in itself is a science na pinag-aaralan natin in such a way to know how we could apply it to real-world solution, real-time situations of world, particularly business applications. Now, okay, it sounds business-like, but then, ano pa rin yung science component yung pinaka-basic niya. So that's the reason why I think that it should still be part of STC. And also, makakatulong talaga ang MISA sa STC. And with other orgs din, yun nga lang, home base nga ang STC. Science eh. Okay.
Yes, na question number 1. So, this is from Boy din na, what is nation building to you? So, if you have answered this kanina, sorry, wala akong text kanina. So, this is scrap na lang. And number 2, I'll give a hypothetical situation. So, yeah, since we are BS students here, what if, for example, in your second semester, fourth year, nagkakaroon ka na ng, project management classroom or your project. Then, pagkatapos, during this week that you have a major project, you have 4 talk exams, 2 oral examinations, and 1 year's report. How are you going to manage your time? And matutulog.
With nation building, I think this is yung contributing in your own means, contributing to the nation, yung maliit na bagay that could help them develop themselves further, not just develop like yung actual output agad, but kind of foundation, like the right mindset. I mean, we have to start first with the right mindset. As parang kailangan they have the desire actually to, kumbaga, motivate them to want to build the nation first, and not just actually provide ito ang nation building effect. Now with that hypothetical situation, hindi ako matutulog, possibly, pwede, nagawa ko na siya madaming beses. But also, another solution is, humingi ako ng tulong sa aking mga VPs, sa mga section ko, kasi hindi lang naman talaga ako dapat gumawa ng trabaho na yan. Thank you.
For nation building, it's just doing things for your country. Not kahit anong bagay na makakatulong sa ikabubuti ng bansa. Kasi pwedeng may sarili tayong talent, and it's about using our talents for our country. Kahit ano pa yan, kahit IT related or chem related or whatever related. Tapos for yung medyo maraming ginagawa thing, yun nga, I agree with her na hindi mo lang naman trabaho yung yes report, parang kasama mo yung buong organization niya. And in the first place, dapat ginawa mo na yung yes report, simula pa lang, na parang kino-compile mo lang, kumbaga nire-review mo na lang siya para i-prepare mo for reporting. Yun.
Since may time pa, sayang naman, their candidates are here. So, I guess I'll give you 15 minutes pa until 6 kung if you have any more questions. Open forum para sulitin nyo na yung candidates.
Sige, go, sir. Kailangan kami sagutin pareho.
Dar.
Tanong kanina, ano yung advantage nyo with the current visa president? Ngayon gusto kong tanong, ano yung advantage nyo sa contender? What makes, ano kung nasasabihin mo sa akin para i-photo kita?
Okay, para sa akin kasi, ako yung may mas malaki yung skill set ko. Kumbaga, siguro I've learned from almost every cluster na, and I've developed such skill. And I think parang importante na yung president para repository siya ng skills ng mga VPs. Parang kumbaga, kung kulang ang VP ng ganito, dapat meron din yung presidente. So para sa akin, marami akong skills na pwede ko i-share para sa VP ko.
With regards to skill sets, I remember Sir Olpok saying something about yung mga iba't ibang positions, CIO, programmer, mga ganyan po sa isang corporation. And ang CIO, if you were to be a CIO, for instance, you don't necessarily have to be a very strong developer because you have developers to do that for you. Although it is an advantage to have all skill sets, it's not necessary. What's important is to know how to manage people. And okay, perhaps I may not have been able to manifest that as visibly as some other officers, but I know that I could. It's just that I had some internal conflict, which I have already resolved now. And also, I guess another edge for me is not just the skill set, and also the exposure and the experience. I think that really is very significant. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Rago.
What do you think are the strengths of your competitor?
The strengths of my competitor, I can list them down. I mean, it's very visible. I mean, magaling siya sa project management, ma-PR siyang tao, and yeah, programmer siya, sexy siya, sige. And in fairness, may initiative siya, may ambition siya. Yun.
Si Gen Z, sexy, magaling sa interpersonal skills, magaling mag-manage ng time, ano ba? Ayun. Committed sa organization.
Okay, you have any more questions? Kaya mo, thanks.
Yes, Grace.
Question. Bakit po kayo hindi dapat
Sige. Kung hindi ka naghahanap ng leader na may... Ay,
So basically, you're asking kung ano yung mga flaws namin.
para sa akin, pinaka-flaw ko na, mahilig. Kuminsan, I tend to, para mawala ng confidence sa VP, nasa bababa sa akin. So, I tend to sobrang micromanage. Para sa akin, weakness yun.
Siguro pwede mo, yun nga, as some people have already pointed out, isa sa mga naging kahinaan ko last year was yung conflict management nga and yung asserting myself issue. But, yun nga, I don't think na it's a current problem right now. And, actually, yun lang.
Two hands.
Yeah, pao. Yun. Ay, yun lang, babae muna.
Kapag natalo ka, ano bang balak mo sa MISA after?
Well, to be frank, kapag natalo ako, I am considering, I have two options kasi I don't want to be limited to one option now. Either I run for, apply for ADP na internals or possibly just quit altogether but still be an active member. And I hope that you won't take this against me if ever I did not apply for ED. But kasi, given that madami namin talagang nabigay sa MISA, kahit paano, although mahal ko ang org nito, nakakapagod din, plus may PM next year eh. So, I take this as a sign from God na if I lose sa election sa Dona, I think maybe it's time for me to take a break. Yeah, thank you.
Actually, it's medyo complicated for me kasi marami akong kinoconsider other than MISA if ever I lost yung presidency. Pero if ever I lost, I'm considering to, kasi medyo mahina para sa akin for next year yung externals. So I'll try to apply for externals next year. And yun, if yung kung kaya, yun, externals talaga. Kaya kung sa externals mo mag-focus next year. Kasi doon mahina. Feeling gone for next year.
I have two different questions for you both. Very similar to that. For Stacy, given that you were only involved in one cluster this year, wouldn't it be difficult for you to manage the other clusters of MISA? And why? For Richard, given that you were involved in so many clusters this year, can you consider your experience to be shallow, given that you did not really focus on any specific aspect of MISA?
Given that I was only involved in one cluster this year, I don't think it's really that big of a problem because I was involved in many clusters last year. So kahit paano, meron po akong experience sa iba't ibang cluster. Mas naging specific, mas natutok na ako sa internals this year. Plus, nakatulong din yung exposure sa COA sa iba't ibang organizations. Organizational management in general. Thank you.
Sorry, but I really don't consider myself na shallow yung experience ko sa bawat cluster. Kasi, for me, kaysa sa roles ko, parang I try to talk to people involved dun sa cluster para mag-dig deep dun sa cluster na yun, para mas marami matutunan.
What do you think is the role of the president?
Like what I said sa application form, yun, yung president, yung he supervised every vice president, tapos